Hello. Today I am going to be doing the beginning of a two-part series. So I'm going to be giving a makeover on these garden tools that I got basket that I'm going to put together on the next episode. And I wanted to spray paint this with the Rose Gold spray paint. And then I'm just going to do the black part and maybe this silver part right here. And then I am going to take this peachy pink and I'm going to paint this wood handle the peachy pink. And then I am going to do a small section right here using this tissue paper, and I'm going to decoupage it. And so I'm wanting to have a band of pink here and a band of peachy pink here, and then in the center. And then I felt like this coordinated well with the gift basket. So hopefully it turns out like I'm wanting it to. We'll have to see. So stick around. All right, I am back. I covered these handles with some of that paper that you get when you buy something breakable at one of the stores, and I used a little tape on it to just keep the spray paint. I know I could probably just spray paint over it, but anyway, now we're on to the next step where I'm going to spray paint it. Stay tuned. Okay, I am going to get more detailed into it, so I have to put my phone down. I have a stand somewhere, so I'll eventually need to use it, but this is what it looks like so far. I think it's gonna look so cute, but continue watching and I will show you an update after the first coat dries, and then I will probably spray paint it a second coat. So I just finished painting it the first coat, and this is what it looks like. I am loving that color. I had this spray paint left over from another project, so it's not that I went out and bought a new one, but it just looks so good. Y'all, it started to rain and I had to move locations, so now I'm under an umbrella. But the first coat has dried, and here is the shovel and like a rake thingy. And then here is this one. I haven't fully did the undersides yet. And then here's this. Looks pretty good. Okay, I am going to do the second coat and then I will be back. All right, here are the tools so far. I just like the color. Hopefully the camera is capturing it for you guys. But I let that dry overnight, and so now I need to paint the back halves of them. This one's kind of already done. And then there. And finish that out and let it dry, and then I can start painting the handles. All right, here is it dried, and here's the reiki thingy dried, and this little thingy dried. I'm gonna peel off the paper, and then I could get started painting the wooden base. I got all the paper off the tools, and I'm prepped and ready to start on the next step. Stay tuned. Okay, I finished the makeover on the garden tools. I do have a couple of things that I wanted to go over with you. So there's a couple of things that I messed up, and my mistake is a lesson that maybe you could take forward and not have to change if you do this. So the first thing is, whenever I went to paint these, it started raining. I looked at the forecast, but nowadays it changes by the hour what's going to happen. So it started raining and I moved it, and I got like a fingerprint smudge on one of the tools, and so I needed to paint it another coat. So I brought it back out after it had gotten sunny again, and my plastic that I put, which is a shower curtain, flipped up after it was when it was drying and hit the tool again. So I needed to paint it a third coat. And then after that, it started getting a little bit sticky. So whenever I picked up the tools, you would see like a fingerprint smudge, even though it should have been dry because it's been days that it had set. So lesson number one is make sure that you know the weather forecast or spray paint under an umbrella. Lesson number two is make sure that if you're spray painting on like something, that all four corners are down so that if the wind comes, it can be stable and not flip up and hit your tools. Number three lesson is I don't know if it would turn out okay. I did it without sanding it, but you might sand the whole piece, the wood and and it might grip, the spray paint might grip better, and the paint might grip better. So that's another tip. And then if you are doing tools, I wouldn't do these specific tools, because you see how this right here is one size and then it goes a bit skinnier here. So whenever I put the tissue paper on it, it wrinkles because it's not completely like solid. It gets skinnier as it goes down. Now I know there are wooden handle tools that's all one length, so I would definitely try that instead of doing the Hobby Lobby tools. And then my final tip is, if you're doing it and you're using the tissue paper, use a ruler to measure out the tissue paper and make sure it's straight, because if you look up close on these tools, it's a little bit crooked because I just eyeballed it. So if you're wanting it to look better and more cohesive, then try it that way. But I think it turned out good. These are actually, I'm going to be using them, but I hope you like the video. And as you can see, it kind of coordinates with the bag, so I thought that was kind of cute. But as you can see, they look pretty good. And thank you for tuning in and watching. I'll see you next time. Like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Thanks. Bye.